So you're kind of wanting to buy a house. Maybe you haven't bought in a couple years, or maybe it's your first time and you want to buy here in the Temecula Valley area, and you just want to get a very easy, simple to understand basics of where to begin, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring it to you at half speed because I talk a million miles an hour, and I'm going to walk you through the elementary school version of buying a home and home financing here in the Temecula Valley. Okay, so I'll try to make it not boring for you too. So two loan types, FHA loans and conventional loans. One's not right and one's not wrong, so get that out of your mind. Both vanilla and chocolate ice cream. Both taste great. They're just, depending on what you're putting it on top of, you pick the right flavor, right? But both are fantastic. Same thing with FHA and conventional. Down payment, 3.5% of the purchase price. So $100,000 loan or house, you need to put down $3,500. Conventional gives you two options. 3% if it's your first time buying a home or you haven't bought a home in the last 3 years. Or if you have, but you don't have a lot of money saved up from selling your house because you didn't make a lot of money on it, you can do it, again, at just 5% down, okay? Now, PMI. So PMI stands for private mortgage insurance. It's basically a little extra insurance policy you're required to carry if you don't have 20% down, which is what your parents or grandparents needed to put down when they bought a home, in the 70s and 80s, right? So now a lot of times people say, hey, PMI is super expensive. I'm gonna wait till I have 20% down. Wrong answer. PMI is not that expensive. And your PMI can be offset with the equity you gain in the home. So let's just say PMI on an FHA loan is $250 a month on a $300,000 loan, right? Think to yourself, do I think my house value is gonna go up at least $250 a month? Because if it is, the equity that my house, or how much my house value is going up, is more than $250 a month. I'm letting my house equity pay my PMI for me, right? Versus sitting back and waiting for 20% equity or 20% of a down payment. Well, now I go to buy my house with 20% down in 5 years, I'll be paying a heck of a lot more money for that house. So if you would about 5 years ago to today, you get what I'm saying. Now, conventional loans, if you put less than 20% down, they do have PMI, okay? So yes, you can do some lender paid random PMI programs, but it raises the interest rate and it's still PMI. So yes, you put less than 20% down on a conventional loan, you're gonna have PMI, but it's not expensive. Now with an FHA loan, doesn't matter what your credit score is, the PMI factor stays the same with the 3.5% down payment. On a conventional loan, for those of you that have kept your credit good, you're gonna get rewarded here. Because for an example, like a $400,000 loan amount, if you got really good credit, only putting 5% down, talking like $70 a month, okay? Super inexpensive, $70 a month. Most people spend more at Starbucks than that per month, okay? So $70 a month. So don't let not having 20% down keep you from buying a home. $70 a month if you kept your credit good, okay? Now, loan amounts. So anytime the government sponsors something or backs something, they don't just give you an open checkbook, hey, go buy $1 million home and you just have to put 3% down. No, it doesn't work that way. These programs are designed to get the median household into the median home. Okay, so you can get a loan all the way up to $442,000 using an FHA financing. Just doesn't matter if you put 20% down, that loan amount doesn't go up, but you can obviously buy more if you put more down. But put a minimum of 3.5% down, you're gonna be able to buy a house in the Temecula Valley area up to $458,000 and just put 3.5% down. So if you're looking at trying to keep a budget of $458,000 or less, FHA financing is wide open for you. So if you want to buy a house at $460,000, you can still use FHA financing. You just got to put a little bit more down because you stop at that $442,000. Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody here in the Temecula Valley, the max FHA loan they can get is $442,000. Now, if we're looking at conventional loans, okay, for an example, and that loan amount is $510,400. Over $500,000 loan amount you can get with conventional financing. It's a little bit higher because credit scores need to usually be a little bit better for a conventional loan than FHA, okay? So typically the average credit score of a conventional loan buyer is usually right in the high 600s to around 700s, kind of usually where they end up being as a median. On an FHA loan here, they usually tend up being more in the 640 to 660 range, kind of the median. Doesn't mean you have to have that exact score, but just to give you an idea of the kind of the credit profile, right? So if you just put 3% down, you can buy a house at $526,000 and just put 3% down. So you can control over a $500,000 asset with 15 grand, right? Because $526,000, 3% of that, a little over 15,000 bucks. Pretty good deal for you to use the point of leverage, meaning put 15 grand down, and I get to control $500,000 asset, right? So if my house goes up in value 10 grand in a year, I just made 10 grand only putting down 15,000 bucks, right? It's a pretty stinking good investment. That's the power of leverage using a secured asset. Now, if you got a little bit more money to put down, say 5%, you can control up to $537,000. Now you can go way higher. People use conventional loans to buy $700,000 homes all the time. They're just putting down the difference. You want to buy a $700,000 house and use conventional financing, you're putting down 190 grand, right? Max get capped at 510. So 442 here on FHA, 510 here on conventional. So when you're looking to buy a house in the Temecula area, you want to know what your options are of getting money to buy that house, because well wishes and dreams don't pay the bills, right? You got to figure out how to get a loan for it. So the next step to really figuring out what you could qualify for, just click the link below. Take a couple moments, fill it out. No, we're not going to ask for your social security number, I promise. Just your DNA and blood type. No, I'm just kidding. But click it below, fill up 7 or 8 questions, and we can just give you a ballpark idea. So whether you're looking to buy your first home, whether you're looking at selling and moving up, nobody wants to put their house on the market unless they know they can buy what they want to buy, right? So I hope that took you down back to elementary school. I hope they talked slow enough for you. So click the link below or just drop a message in the comments and we'll get back to you.